Hi, this is Frances DeBose coming to you from my studio in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. And I'm getting ready to do a makeover on Allison. How do you feel about this, Allison?
Nervous.
Oh, I thought she was going to say excited.
I
But
am.
You're nervous and excited, both. Okay, tell me a little bit about your hair.
Most of the time I just pull it up because it's so long.
And that's what most people do with long hair, especially in the South. So you can see she's got the little ponytail, well, a long ponytail. So let's get this down. And what I want you to do, Allison, is tell me any qualms that you have, or maybe give me my limits, you know, because you're tall and you can wear hair, you can wear some hair down. So, but you know, that's usually what happens when you grow your hair out and it's too long and you're overwhelmed with it. Then you just start throwing it back in a ponytail. That's easy, you don't do anything with it. I think it'll make this quicker if I get right to the point.
All right.
I like to at least do it to here.
Okay.
And give you something down around. Bangs are the best things. You can pull it back and have a little bang down. So I want to put something around your face to give you something so when you do pull it back, it'll still look good.
Okay.
You know, it'll look like you've done a little more to it. And we're going to color. My idea for this is to bring out your blue eyes with some nice blonde pieces in there. You like the sound of that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go. Okay, I have Allison's hair wet now, and I'm going to pre-cut it before we do the color. Now what I've done so far is, let me show you, I have a horseshoe section in the top to get that out of the way. The reason being, I go by the flat of the head, so I have the section already off. Make my cut go very smooth. Then I have the hair parted in the middle of the ear. That's to the front, this is to the back. Same thing on the right side. Then I'll take this area, because we're going to establish her hanging length now. I'll take this, I'll clip it up in one piece, just to make that cut go real smooth. Now what I'm going to do, right in the center of her head, I'll converge right to the center. Then every piece will come right to that. And you can see how easily this will go. When you're working in the salon, you get a more accurate cut. It goes a little faster. You don't have someone sitting in the chair for hours at a time, and you have a lot of accuracy right along with it. Just to slice this out as you go, and just work up the head, right from the back of the head, converging to the center. And the reason for that is the sides are nice and long and will go in with the sides. The back will flow. So you never come up where you have a short area on each side. So let's just take another section. I've worked right up the back of the head form and right on up. Now even with me talking, you can see how fast this will go. And I never do anything for speed and forget accuracy. We always want to work for accuracy. Whereas if you slice this down the middle and you do this side, it might not meet up with the other side. So this is a good way to prevent that. Last section, bring it right on down, almost to the middle section, right into the middle. Work that up till you've completed that section. Both sides are a little longer, we're a little shorter in the middle. Now I'll turn Allison around and I will converge the front with the back. That's going to be perfect because I just pick up a piece right over the ear from my measuring guide and let it slide right to the front. I want this front just a little longer. We'll do the same exact thing on the other side, and I know I'm right here, so I just pick up over the ear area, give it a little bit of a slant, making sure it's a little longer in the front, so that that grazes just right past the shoulder on Allison. Now, once I get to this point, this entire section comes down. Because the reason for this is now I'll comb her hair into the natural way it falls. Just finding that part and combing it right down over everything that I've previously cut. Because here's what we've done so far. I want to make sure the sides of where I brought that hair down, let's clean this up, get this all in. In other words, I'm getting my complete hanging length before I go to the front. Now let's go around to this side, do the same thing. Just comb the hair in its natural fall. Into the natural fall. And we will have completed her hanging length. making sure we don't get too much off the sides. Now, once I've found her part, I have the hanging length, I'm going to take a piece from each side. And by the way, if you notice, if you see, I'm slightly longer on this side. I want that to always be, because you don't wear your hair all the way down. You wear it up a little bit. So if everybody makes that even, when it's dried, this is hanging long and this is too short. I can always take more off of this side. But I'll take a piece from each side now. I'm going to get the facial hair. So this goes around the face. And I'll just take my little curved shear and go around and set my guide for this front. Just comb it right down. Taking the little curved shear makes it easy because you can just curve it right down. And I'm picking up just exactly where I want to cut this around the face. Making sure I don't go back into the hair over the ear. I'm just going to that. Cutting right down to it. And let's just go to the other side and pick up my guideline. Now we'll be cutting up over here on this side, so let's turn these scissors around and just cut from the front of the forehead down to the side. Making sure at no time do we go into this hair. Now I have my guide set, and I'm going to take, since I'm creating layers around the face, what I did first was get my hanging length, then I get the length where I want this. Now I'm going to pick up at the part line, and we're going to pull everything to the front. I'll do it in a little bit of an asymmetric length there. You see how that's cut? Longer here to go down with the sides, and just go until we run out of hair at the top of the head. A little bit on a slant. Just keep going right on through, picking up a little more until I get probably up to the round of the head. We'll actually run out of hair. This is a surefire way to do this haircut that you come up with exactly, because we're using a stationary guide. Once I started that first cut, then every succeeding piece comes to that. Now I'm at the curve, and this piece will not reach. So what I do is I take everything to the back. What I've done so far is I've got my hanging length, I have the sides in the front, now I've cut the top part. So we'll come back to the part. So the only part I haven't gotten is the part here. So we'll just slice a nice big corner and way over direct this piece. And remember, I want a stationary guide, so I'm going right back to where I initially cut. Take some nice big sections across the head form. Always bring it up. If you don't, you'll be too short here. So bring this up and all the way to my original guide. And then it's the same thing until you run out of hair completely to the back, because you will run out because we've already established our hanging length. Okay, we have no more to cut there. All right, let's go to the other side. How you feeling, Lisa? Still scared? But excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's good. Went from scared to excited. I like that. Just take the sections across the head form. Bring everything up to that initial guide. And just go till we run out of hair, which will be just shortly. Not that I've cut it all off or anything like that now. But you see, everything was brought here cut like this. Let's take another one, and we probably will not reach. You'll find if you follow this guide, you're going to have a haircut that will be wonderfully layered just around the face area and not too many layers in the back, but it will always give you a nice look of a lot of layers around the face. Now, at this point, I could go through and connect sides. I don't have to do very much. So what I'm going to do, it'll give you the overall look of seeing how this is going to look and the length. and I'll go ahead and get her color done, and when we come back, when it's finished, I'll go through the haircut and just give you a brief description of exactly how we got there. But you can see already how this is nicely framing her face. I am now finishing up Allison's color. As you can see, I've done some block foils all the way here, all the way up the back, and I'm now focusing in on just this front section. And I'll just take a little bit of weaving in there, put my foil in. I'm lightening up some pieces, and then I'll choose a color that's in keeping with her natural color, and we'll put that color in between the foils. I believe that Lisa's going to mix me a color. And just take another piece. Now what I do to apply these is I use a little plastic knife, which really enables me to get very close in at the roots. Just take my little knife and spread it right down so her color will literally look like it's growing right out of her scalp. And you're able to get a little closer and just wrap that foil in. Let's take another one right behind that one. Tilt it forward, Allison. And just get some nice pieces in there. Pretty nice big section right in here. I want to do a small amount of color really for a very big impact. Okay. Suzanne, get me a little more color. Blue.
Blue.
Just going right in and doing one more. And that will just about complete my foils. As soon as I get my color mixed, we'll come in real close and show you how I go around the foils with the color in between and paint them in between. Because I want to raise the level of her natural hair. Not very light because I want it to be still in the brown shades. And I'll be right back and we'll show you exactly where we're going to put the color in between. We're back. I'm applying Lisa's color from the roots to the ends, just in between the foils. I'll just lay the foils over, put the color on the roots, work it through to her ends, because I'm only going maybe one shade lighter on her hair. But I want to get it in at the root area. So it'll be nice. And with the foils, at the end of the foils, I'll time this about 30 minutes, and then I'll take the foils out, work the color through, marry the two colors together so it'll really give her a lot of nice little highlights in her hair. And when we come back in just a few minutes, I'll be able to show you Lisa's finished, Allison's finished look in just a few minutes. We're back with Allison. I've completed her cut and her color. As you know, I went in and did some nice little highlights, then I put the color in between. So really, it only lifted her natural hair about 2 shades on the darker color and just a light golden blonde color, like she's just been out in the sun. And you can see how well that works by giving her the bangs, giving her something around her face. That hair is just nice and loose and you can see it scrunching. And really, when you look at it from the front, it looks like she's just got layers all over, when in essence she only has it around the face. You can see in the back, it's still basically almost one length back here with just a little layering at the top. So that really is a nice effect for Allison. We just did a little bit of touch-up of makeup on there, just a little bit, and that really gives her a nice look. You happy?
Yes, ma'am.
Good.